Alola! I'm the official name rater. My job is to look through the first page of Google, review the nicknames provided by the internet, and then give my recommendations at the end. Today we're looking at Bruxish. Bruxish is a Pokemon I think I'd want to try out on a team one day. It's kind of an interesting one. So, upon reading this, I mean, I don't know what the fuck that's in reference to after the famous School Musical. Okay, never heard of it. But I thought about the idea of Kissing Booth, and that's oh no shit. Yes, that fits! Ha! Right? Yes, that's 12 characters exactly. No spaces, 12 characters. So, I'm gonna take that. There's a joke, I suppose. And a direction to lean into, and I can see right below here, Razzle Dazzle. We talked about this a bunch of times. Tutti Frutti I don't necessarily hate either, but Razzle Dazzle, I remember that being Plusle and mine, and I don't know why, just those two just stick out with me, and I feel like, and we also saw for Salazzle, because it rhymes. But I like it better as a pairing. I don't know, maybe there's a small bias because of Pokemon XD with the two magician girls that were named Razzle and Dazzle. I don't know, it just stands out to me better like that. Tutti Frutti, I'm okay. Fruity Pebbles, that's not a bad one either, in reference to the colors. I don't know, maybe I'm just leaning too hard into his ideas. I'm not going to say it's a good one, but I do have a Sigilif named Ecstasy, so the idea of Bruxish named LSD doesn't necessarily bother me. Oh, what was it? Oh, alright, it's a dentist. That got me thinking. Little known fact, I don't know how many people know it, but before Kane was Kane, as in the wrestler, he went by a dentist character called Isaac Yankum. I don't think that'll fit. It might just barely, but that's an idea if you wanted to go that direction. We got directions here though. There's so much potential in this Pokemon already. Rather than Pretty Guy, I kind of just like the name Pretty Boy. I like that better. I don't know why. I still wouldn't use it for Bruxish. Like a lot of these nicknames we've come across, like I feel like there's so many directions and so much more potential that we could be using, but not quite there. But for whatever reason, I just like the idea of a Pokemon named Pretty Boy. Snaggletooth is at least a thing that exists in the real world, and it, you know, do they have Rainbow Fish? Okay, no. I thought Rainbow Fish was on there twice. Rainbow Fish, someone put on the Tumblr because they were like, hey, or Reddit, because they're like, hey, I like that book. I'm like, yeah, you've unlocked a memory loosely, but I mean, not a really good name. And then I would just acknowledge Picasso because I saw that, I think, on Reddit as well, and I just chose to ignore it. I was like, eh. Like, I understand the joke, and that's fine, Picasso, Da Vinci, or whatever, but I mean, like, you're gonna see that better off on, like, Smeargle, and even then, it's kind of cliche. Holy fuck! Do you know what that just unlocked a memory for me right there? The color scheming is like Wave Race. Oh, what was the name of that guy in Wave Race? The first racer? I don't know their canon nicknames, because we just changed the nicknames to all of them. I think it was, like, initial last name. But like the very first dude, he's on the blue Wavecraft, right? And then his alternate colors are like a summer, and that's kind of like that, where it's like it's the cool color palette, and it switches to a summer color palette. Well, that just unlocks memories. That's a nice shiny. Okay, well that's that. And again, man, I'm really wishing there was just a little bit more, because there's so many starting points to this. So many things that are so close, but just not quite there. And I really feel like Bruxish has a lot of potential. So the spreadsheet has Ballistic after Ballistics. I don't actually hate that. I think that's a better idea, maybe on like Octillery or Blastoise or Clawitzer. You know, something more associated with shooting, I think is a better choice. We do have one comment suggestion, and although normally I don't care for SpongeBob references, this one I'm okay with. Lip Service is a good name. It's also just, you know, a thing people say in the real world. It was clever of the SpongeBob team to come up with that name for a character. Like, that's just good. So I actually like that. That one's fine with me. I don't have any personal choices. I didn't write anything down, but I do feel like there's a lot of potential here. Like, so many things I looked at and I was like, but what about this? Like, we have lip, we have bite, we have the colors to lean into. Like, those are three subjects to go with. Like, what did I came up with? I came up with Kissing Booth, Isaac Yankum, LSD. Like, all just by looking at what other people were saying. There was no consensus that everyone gravitated towards. Everyone's just kind of saying random shit, and it's like, I like the potential, but it's just not quite there yet. I think I could probably come up with something if I look through my list or just really thought about it, I guess, but man, Bruxish is looking really good as far as nickname potentials. So I'm asking you guys to put your ideas and suggestions in the comments below. Give a thumbs up to the ones you think are good, because again, we got potential. We got something to run with here. So let's take this ball and let's fucking go. Let's score a touchdown. Let's win the Super Bowl. Let's make mom and dad proud and have happily ever after. And that's what can be achieved if we all work together as a team and come up with good nicknames. Ready? 3, 2, 1, hut, hut, hike, go! I don't know anything about football.